But thank you so much for being here. It's Friday, the end of a crazy week. Every week feels like a year these days. So
That's true.
Thank you guys for having us.
oh, we're so excited. Okay, so this is day 4 of our Optimize Your Event Business Challenge. We created the challenge just because we knew that, one, we wanted to do something to help small businesses really use our time to our advantage and learn from each other and get best practices and share. But we also selfishly wanted to connect with some really great partners and make sure that we ourselves were also learning and doing everything we can to grow ourselves. So we're thrilled to partner with you guys on this topic today. So I'd like to introduce you to Amy and Tomas, but they've got a really great story to share with their mobile carts. They have a couple of different ones. Again, I'd love for them to share the details. The topic, of course, for the day is around inventory, but we're going to cover so much more. So let's get started. We'd love to, if you would just tell us about you guys and your company.
So we have a catering background, and that's how we started with our catering company. So his family owns several pizza restaurants. So he has that pizza background, and we both for some time worked at the same catering company. And one day we just decided to, we already had gained all that experience. So we literally had it at the same night, like that aha moment. And he always has wanted to open a restaurant.
Oh.
Well, obviously to open up a big restaurant. So we decided to start private catering, and we actually started with a pizza cart, which we still do it with it. And so everybody thinks it's funny because we didn't seek out to start like this big ice cream company. We just really started with pizza, and then with pizza, I love pizza. It's one of my favorite foods. So you think like desserts. I have a big sweet tooth, so we started thinking about compliments, with the dessert, with the pizza catering. And he also does woodwork, so came up together. Nice. Like instead of the classic push carts you see on the street, to do like a wood cart that would complement our black pizza cart. And that's how that started. And then also when we started getting different type of events, we were noticing like the different color palettes. So then for a second cart, we started with the pink cart and like the blue cart also, just to to be able to complement all sorts of types of events. So that's how it started.
That's really, really cool. I just love your whole story and your whole experience. But like you and so many others, your life has changed and your business, I'm sure, has changed because of the coronavirus. So tell us a little bit about, your typical week before the coronavirus. What was it like with your business and managing your inventory and things like that?
Well, I mean, before, what's going on right now, I mean, we're pretty busy. People, they love, to have parties. People always want to be, I feel like us humans, everybody likes to be around people and family, and, we like to spend time with. So for our business, we're very blessed that we're always busy. And like she said, because we have a restaurant background in catering, we knew that our market was for, a lot of people would ask, how are you going to stay? Who's going to hire you? People don't have parties all the time, but it's not true. I like to think that we're very blessed. We were very blessed to just find a business where we're consistently busy, and people just want to have us all the time. What we do though, before that is our business runs throughout the whole week. People think it's only on the weekends, but it's really not. The business takes because it's a full-blown business, it takes all week. It takes like every day. There's no days off. And the best thing about it is that we love what we do. Like, we really enjoy what we do. And we get to do it together as a family. We get to do it. We get to be creative. We get to be like in my case, she's very creative with design. Like she said, I get to do everything I love also in that. And it's all day, like everyday thing.
So like we have, like, for example, on Monday from the weekend, it's like let's say, I feel like our week starts like Thursday per se. And if you want to look at it from that day.
Yeah.
we'd prep everything. Thursday, Friday, we'd prep everything that for the weekend. And then come Monday, we need to start cleaning everything for what we did in the weekend, organizing. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, it would be really replenishing. So we're doing a lot of running around.
Well, a lot of inventory. Those specifically those days, it's like when you do inventory again and get ready again to prep for the weekend.
Yeah, and we also have a team member that actually helps us on those days.
And are you like running back and forth from your house to another location? Like, where are you housing most of your equipment?
Yeah, we have a commissary actually.
Yeah.
A commissary in Los Angeles.
Oh, wow. So does somebody help prepare the actual ice creams? Like, do you have a what do they call it? Like a kind of another group that actually does the ice cream?
So we do some of it, and then we have a company also that privately produces it for us also.
In the beginning, we would make it.
Yeah.
But it quickly, it got too much work, so we had to outsource. So we had to find a company who can make it for us, and then that's how we do it now.
Yeah.
But even still, like the way that we prep everything, we have employees help, like, work during the week to do that for us.
Sure.
And that's a critical, I think, point for a lot of companies is figuring out when is that one moment when you decide what to outsource.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We kind of knew going into business because we have that background that unless you are willing to go on to faith and just take that step, knowing that you're going to invest because you're going to grow more, it'll grow. But if you are scared and you don't want to invest and do the extra things because you feel like, what if it doesn't work? Then it just doesn't grow. It won't work. I'm very blessed to have, like you said, we have family who does this. I remember when one of my uncles said, we didn't have a commissary yet. We didn't have anything. We had the carts, and we were thinking about getting a warehouse. And he said, if you don't get a warehouse, you're not going to grow. And we were like, yeah, I mean, we have been thinking about it. We thought, yeah, why not? We could do it. Like, we need to lease a warehouse. We need to expand. We were already building more carts, and we didn't have enough stores to store them. So, and we needed a kitchen, so we ended up doing that, and it worked out. It boomed more. So now we're consistent. We know that we have to invest in our business for it to keep on growing.
Wow, that's really great. And it's great to kind of hear the thought process. And it's always great to have, sometimes something, but you need someone else to push you and to give you and to believe in you too, and say, like, that you guys this is what you need to do. And that's great that you have such a close family, that you have so much support. And it sounds like it's a family affair too, right? Like, you got everybody involved. We're looking at your business, and because it sounds like you guys are, it pretty well, like all the different things that go on during the week. But what do you think are some of the things that make your business run smoothly? Like, what are some either processes that you guys put into place or things that you do that help you to have repeatable experiences, so that every time you're going out there, or your team members are going out there, that they're going to deliver the quality that you would expect to be delivered?
I mean, I think that in a company, everyone is like the most important person, right? Sometimes, like, for example, obviously, like, the boss cares like so much, right? And maybe like a worker doesn't care as much, but in reality, it doesn't mean that the boss is more important than like a worker, So with that said, essentially, everyone, is important, and you always have, at least for us, we always kind of have like the best intention in mind, So for example, like with us, I deal with all the bookings, and so for example, I would give him like our weekly bookings, and then him and our help would organize all of that. So if I mess up also, it causes a mistake with them also. So it's very important for everyone to be like committed and try to do the best they can.
Well, communication is like key. Like, it's very, very important. Yeah.
Oh man, especially being married too, so it's got to be double important.
Yeah.
When it comes to your actual warehouse, I'm curious also, what factors went into just like figuring out the size, the layout? Like, how did you go about thinking about your space? And I say that because we're talking inventory, and some folks may be at different stages and they may be
Yeah.
thinking maybe it's time, or even if they have a certain area that they're trying to make the best use of.
So definitely we started small. Like, you know, I see like a lot of, and it's fine if you have the funding, but sometimes, you know, people overestimate like what they need. So they'll, you know, it wouldn't have made sense for us to get like a 200 square foot location because, you know, of obviously the overhead costs. But we started with a small space. We still have it, and we're quickly outgrowing it. But we had in mind, we took into consideration inventory of our carts and like the size, and then realistically how many carts would fit in the facility where we're at, and also taking into consideration like all our goods that need to be stored, and the freezers also, like we have 5 freezers, and also paper goods, and all that food, you know, perishable items. So it's a lot, and all of that has to be organized, and we're still not like at 100% with the organization. We try to be, but we need to get more like concise with that.
But you have some type of process, because you know at some point you have to like order, reorder, repair, replace. So you have some process to indicate when you have to reorder or replenish your inventory. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the way that we run, I would like to describe it as more economically conservative, in the sense of, yes, we can go get like, let's say 10 boxes of sprinkles, you know, and keep it stored. But we like to maybe just do the shopping once a month, and then just realistically just purchase what we need versus hoarding, you know. So, and then I also think that has more of a positive effect to our economy, because I know, like I mentioned, you could, you know, just have like all this investment in goods, but who's to say that it's like you're not going to use it, or it's going to get damaged. And as far as like, for example, like the ice cream goes, we really just make what people order. We don't really like keep more of a stockpile. We try to keep on inventory. Like, let's say somebody calls us for a last minute event, we try to keep that. And also I feel like it's better also because it like guarantees, you know, freshness and all that, versus like, you know, again, stockpiling for like stock for 6 months per se.
And then that may also depend how much you purchase or kind of keep in stock is based on what's most popular, correct?
Exactly. And then also
like your most popular sellers.
And then it also determines like how much we spend, like let's say on a weekly basis, like we, you know, go to the farmer's market and get the fresh fruit and all that. So for us, it makes sense to like, let's see what the week ahead is, and as far as orders go, and then that's what we'll order, versus like, let's say buying all these items that they could potentially go to waste if it's like fresh fruit, you know.
So we what we kind of do is we're already booked ahead of time, so we kind of know what's going to happen in the month. Like she said, if we get late bookings, like if we get like from one day to the next, it's rare, but we'll have enough for that. But we usually know what we need during like that month, and for a couple of months we actually know what we're booked for and what we're going to need.
Wow.
So booking is important.
It is.
Done.
I know.
Yeah. And then ahead of time, I was just thinking about, you know, people who had booked ahead for, you know, this time during the coronavirus. And then, of course, when the social distancing was kind of enforced, so many people had this extra inventory now that they either had to just keep, or if it's perishable, they had to take it as a loss.
Well, you know, a lot of companies, food companies, like let's say catering companies, they're doing a lot of noble things, noble deeds that I see. These huge catering companies produce like amazing gourmet foods. They're donating it and just trying to feed, you know, the community. And I think that's really amazing, because let's say you're not necessarily going to sell it, because, you know, we don't know. It seems like everything changes with like a moment's notice with what's going on right now. So that's a good option that, you know, people can do, or just try to, whatever inventory they have, maybe just do like some type of delivery service. Like for us, because we only prepare like, really it's like a week in advance. we had, prepared for the events the week before all of this happened. So we didn't have all this crazy stockpile left, luckily. And we started delivering. And now we started delivering because a friend requested. So we're like, let's open it up, to see if anyone wants it for their kids. And we are finding that like people want to still make those special events in their life memorable, like birthdays. They're having us write the birthday cards for their husband, which is so nice. And that are like so happy to have these treats, right? So yeah.
No, that's great. We've been seeing a lot of innovative things that people are doing right now, and that's it really inspiring, because there's that's sometimes when we have to get creative in order to pivot and think about how we can be of best service to customers right now. We heard from a marketing specialist earlier in the week, and he was saying, we really have to understand the emotions of our customers, and they really do want to celebrate their family members. They feel badly that they can't. They want to have some kind of normalcy.
So we have 3 kids of our own. So just the fact that people are creating, like I could be creative, but within my own realm, right?
Yeah.
That people are being innovative and creative in what they do. I think it's absolutely amazing. And for me personally, it means a lot, because I have a friend who, she has a balloon company, and I see that she's leaving these like bouquets on the porches. And I think that is like so sweet, because I know how much my kids don't have a birthday right now. My son's is in June, but I'm already thinking about this stuff,
Yeah.
So that's probably meaning to those families.
Yeah.
And also with with our own kids, I also I got like I scheduled a princess call with my daughter.
Oh yeah.
That meant everything to her. So I kind of. So I mean, I'm a big, again, sweets, sweet tooth. So, and all the kids are also. So when they get like a box of like ice cream, I'm sure like that makes their day, and that makes us happy, because we can definitely relate to that with the 3 kids.
Yeah. Are you guys already thinking about post-COVID how your operations might change? So I know, I'm sure you already are very careful, and of course, the gloves and everything else, but is there anything that you're going to try to incorporate or are starting to think about, whether even that's signage or anything else that can help make people feel comfortable, using your products?
Yes, definitely. So that's something that I've also been thinking about, is when we start up again, is just having that initial communication with whoever books us, and then just to be mindful, because for example, our compartments where we carry our toppings, they have like tops to it, not for sanitary purposes. So now with this event that has happened, we are trying to think of other ways, to keep with that. Those sanitary safety protocols. So I'm actually thinking about, we'll have to see the climate of what happens, and just without the post reaction of the community, but maybe face masks at our events. But we'll have to see, because I wouldn't have a problem with it, but maybe other people would have a problem with it. And safety is important, but I also think customer service. So we have to find like a middle ground, with whatever our client would like. And make whatever they would feel comfortable. But I also think that it's kind of like right now premature to assess how all that's going to happen, because I also feel that as a community, we don't know if we might just kind of be even still want to implement those social distancing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're gonna okay, May 1st everybody opens again, and then if you don't know if people are going to still, want to practice the social distancing. I would imagine they do,
Yeah.
So it's a lot to think about.
Yeah, it's going to be a slow kind of
transition.
Like, people like, do I, don't I? So people are going to be kind of skeptical, but it's good for you to, we have like this gift of time right now. So it's a time for us to really like think, how do we come out of this? When we come out, how do we, show that we've kind of adapted and acknowledge what people are going through. But you were saying with the size of your And just kind of shift a little bit. With the size of your company, you got to the point where you needed to have the warehouse or have a different location. What about staff? Staff is a part of inventory as well.
Yeah.
When did you get to the point where you said that you needed to get some additional help with staff?
I mean, I think that pretty early on, we have had staff, you know, because it does take a village. Because, for example, like we can only accommodate so many events. And
Yeah.
if we have, like, let's say multiple carts, so yeah, we have about like a staff of like 7. And also staff also it includes like our marketing team. Sometimes people on our events team, they help us with, you know, our marketing and vice versa. So it's like we all work collectively, because
Yeah.
one of the girls that works with us, she helps us with the special events, but she also helps us on the marketing side. So if, like, let's say I needed any office assistance, my team can also, they'll be more than willing to help, you know, with invoicing, customer service. So I also have a virtual assistant that helps a lot. She helps us a lot with, you know, website and that customer service office work. So luckily, you know, people, they're able to adapt, and they're happy to do so. And it's like a team effort, you know. So with the customer service goes, we always try to do like our best that we can, you know. But we try not to spread ourselves too thin, and just so we can provide that customer service.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some folks in the event business are really gonna see their business boom after this. And so they're gonna get to the point where they're gonna have to hire staff. Do you have like one tip or 2 tips that you want to share with people about bringing on additional staff?
Yeah, I mean,
your experience?
That's actually something that we're thinking about, because even so, like, for example, summers are our busy time. So we're thinking, you know, with any company, you want to do better than what you did the prior year. So we're also thinking, like, I mean, again, it's too early to tell, but we're thinking about what if we need to hire, you know, come summer. But
Yeah.
I would say to just kind of interview, and as far as what we would, we as far as what we do is we just try to look for people that kind of reflect the same values
Yeah.
and morals that we think is important. For example, you can't have, you know, someone in our business that, let's say, doesn't want to like working with children, or doesn't really like customer service.
Yeah.
You know, so you want people, like-minded individuals as part of your, to be part of your team, really.
People who are gonna value working like in your company. People who are gonna enjoy that they want. It's not just a job for them. It's like if they want to grow. We always tell our employees, like, we want you guys to grow with us. We don't want you just to work here a couple of years. We tell them we see you in a bigger place, you know, not only doing events, but that's what she was saying. We let them know, like, if you're creative in any way, you let us know. You help us. You can help our business grow. We can grow together. And then so that's what we do. That's what we envisioned since the beginning. Pretty early on, we noticed that if you look at our business, it's rare for you guys to see our faces on there. Like, decided since the beginning that our product was going to speak for itself. It wasn't going to be us as a couple there, you know, like selling. It was going to be our product. So early on, we noticed that because it wasn't us on there, people weren't requesting for us to be a party. They just wanted to have the product, the service.
Mm-hmm.
So then we were like, we needed employees. We can only handle so many events ourselves. So we actually got to the point this year that we were at a point where we were like, well, we kind of can't go to parties anymore like ourselves. So we're sending out employees to do that.
Yeah.
But now what happened, we're like, you know, we're gonna have to go again.
Yeah.
It's gotten to that point where we're like, now we won't go out. We'll stay behind, make sure that everything is good, the whole day runs smoothly for all the parties. But now we can't. Now we have to kind of know we're gonna have to step it up again and be there.
And that was because I was personally getting really saturated, like, with the office work, and then him with like the kitchen and just operations, right?
Yeah.
So we feel like instead of spreading ourselves thin, you know, we could be a little bit.
Yeah, you could hire more people. And have them be joyful and go happy and go do their, you know, not that we're not, but it's less stress, you know, on everybody.
But now we're kind of back at square one. I
Yeah.
mean, we don't mind because honestly, I always tell him like I love what we do. You know, we get to just be part of all these memories and meet all types of people and go to all these types of different events and just provide the service that we do. So I feel we're like very fortunate.
Yeah.
It's really great. And your spirit definitely comes through. So I can imagine people love working for you guys and love representing your brand. And you're right. You have an amazing product. That's a really interesting take because, you know, whether or not you show your product first or you're the face of the product and, you know, your product does truly speak for itself. Beautiful photography. I think that's something that you guys do a wonderful job with. And then that gives you the opportunity to take that step back and have that, you know, leadership role and be able to make the strategic decisions and not be always part of the day-to-day. So very, very cool. That's awesome. All good.
Thank you.
Well, is there any other thoughts that or advice or anything you want to share with the event community right now? Any encouragement or anything as we kind of...
I mean, I think that with the events community, we're all in the same boat, whether it's event coordinators or where it's like specialty, you know, services. It's just like a wide array. But I would say more than ever, I think that collaboration and community is going to be most important because when one person wins, the other person wins. Because if you think about it, we all need each other. It all goes hand in hand. So, for example, like let's say like an event coordinator or a specialty service, like we can all, you know, help each other to be busy and just boost our industry. I think more than ever that is so important because I think that in any industry, you know, competition and people discuss, you know, all this capitalism, which you're always going to get, you know, the competition. But I think more importantly, like we can band together and as a community move forward because now more than ever, we are going to need each other. Because if you think about it, whether it's people that own venues or the person that's the event coordinator putting it together, and it's, you know, they're all these other moving parts, whether it's a DJ service, balloon service, specialty, we all need each other and we all are the ones that make the event great. It's not just on one person or on one category, on one service. Like for example, if you think about it, with what you guys are doing, the awesome service that you guys are providing, that's absolutely amazing. So we need you just as much as like us that are the creators, because you guys are making that an amazing platform. So
Thank you.
People have to stay not I mean, positive is, you know, everybody knows that you got to stay positive, but you have to believe in your business so much and trust, you know, like in your business mindset that you're gonna get through it. Like we're like for example, we slowed down. We knew head on, like, all right, it's gonna stop. Like we can't do events, and right away we kind of figured out, well, we have to find a way to get our product still out there, you know. And like she said, can we create a flyer? Can we do something where we can deliver? I said, of course, yes we can. So we put it out there, not to tell you the truth, not knowing if it was gonna work out or not, but now it's like it's going, it's working out.
But it wasn't so much to keep us afloat. No. It wasn't like that. It was more of a necessity of for example, the new ways of this people are looking to celebrate.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't come up with like, let me do this delivery service. No. It was actually a friend that they're like, can you please like deliver? She's out in Orange County and she's like, and I'd like to get some for all the neighbors' kids. Yeah. So I think, oh, that's so nice, you know. And I'm thinking if she wants the service, like let's try it. Let's open it up to, you know,
to everybody.
Yeah. And then a lot of our current clients, they, you know, they're calling. So so it's more than anything, it just means a lot to us to be able to keep, you know, servicing the community in that way because of the reaction it's producing.
That's awesome. And it's so inspiring. You're right. Our best inspiration definitely comes from things around us. If we're open to listening and taking action on it. But, you know, big kudos to you guys for being able to pivot and, you know, help customers, but also help your business and your suppliers and everything else that goes downstream. So it's all important. We need you guys just as much as anybody else. So thank you guys so much. Any last words, Iris?
No, I just want to say I appreciate you for sharing. I mean, there's so many other things that's happening, and for you to just be open and sharing with our community, we appreciate you. So thank you so much.
Oh, no, thank you guys for giving us the opportunity and for the platform. I'm having a lot of fun. I don't want it to stop.
We'll keep going.
Think of other things we could talk about.
We'll have to schedule a next one once you guys get back. Once everyone gets back in the business, to kind of see how things have changed with you. So that should definitely be an opportunity.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
For
Very
sure.
cool. Awesome. We'll have to come out and visit you guys sometime too when we can.
Oh yeah,
definitely. We'll have to I'm gonna have to drive out to like
the valley into La
Yeah. All right. Well, have a great.
You guys have to try it.
I know. We absolutely. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.